Hey, how are you? So I just wanted to make this video to kind of share with you my thoughts on the account. So, I've spent quite a few hours going through everything, looking at everything I can, looking at historical data, and I went back quite a ways to look at what was done inside of the account. The data that I'm going to be looking at inside of the campaigns um, consists of the date ranges June 1st all the way up until pretty much now, February 3rd. So, first things first, need negative keywords. Over the last 6, 7 months, there was close to 10K spent with zero conversions. So, yeah, I have it filtered here. Um, and I was looking at a lot of these keywords are, relevant, but um, for the grand scheme of things in terms of return on ad spend, this could be visited. Even though it's relevant, some of these keywords are just not converting as well. But there's been over $10,000 spent on keywords that haven't converted. The reason I bring it up is because some of the campaigns are limited by budget, so this money, could have easily been funneled into some of the campaigns that are converting. Um, so that's something that I would look into. Maybe adding some negative keywords. I didn't go through all of the keywords, but I would definitely consider looking into it. There's a ton of keyword data there. But I don't want to make this video too long, so we'll go on to the next step. Um, there are some junk placements that should be added as negatives, but the most important is the removal of the mobile apps from the placements. And what I mean by that is if we go to the placements tab, and this is account wide, me personally, I don't ever see mobile apps perform that well. In fact, here, let's go. So, you can see that all of the conversions have come from, actual websites. These mobile placements, they're the ones that's costing the most money. And just, based on my experience running AdWords, mobile placements never perform well. I've always removed these from any display campaigns that I've ever run. So that'll be something that I think can save some money. Um, there hasn't been a lot of money spent on the display network, but it's still $1,400 that could have been spent elsewhere. Let's go on to the next one. Oh yeah, so some of the data may be skewed just because you guys are tracking two purchase um, actions. And here we go. All right, so right now the account is tracking transactions from analytics and also within AdWords. So some of these may be duplicates. I'm not sure if there's a different way of tracking that you guys are using in analytics, but this is something that I would look into. Also, email signups. Um, these, me personally, I typically track these within analytics and analytics alone. I like to track AdWords and make sure I'm optimizing it for keywords that are only bringing in real conversions, which is obviously sales or purchases. So it hasn't been a lot of email signups, in the grand scheme of things, but still, um, I typically like to have one conversion goal, which is a purchase, from either analytics or AdWords, depending on how you want to track the conversion process within the funnel. Um, and then once that's set up, I just track anything else that I want to track inside of analytics and just leave it in analytics to look at that data. So that's just something to consider. I'm afraid that some of the data might come off a little bit better than what it actually is. But if all is fine, then no need to worry about this here. This is something that I noticed, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Um, Bid adjustments. So within the demographics tab, do I still got that window open? I don't. So if we go up here to the all campaigns, if we go to demographics, you can come here and let's look at conversions, and let's also look at cost. So unknown is clearly the winner here in terms of conversion and spend. But some of these, this This segment right here, you definitely use some adjustments. The spend is far outweighing the conversion data. Same thing right here. We can also have a look at household incomes. Let's get the conversion data. And also let's look at spend. Cool. So we can see that the lower 50% of household incomes, the household income level is the spend is pretty significantly outweighing the conversion data. So this is something that, would be a red flag for me. I would definitely look into this and see if I can either remove some of these segments or add bid adjustments to, control my spending within the segment to bring this cost down. Most of the other segments look pretty good. This one is pretty much break even, but I would definitely consider looking into this right here. Let's see what else do I have in my notes. New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles are the top geolocations. Again, you can add bid adjustments to further optimize. There was a couple of other locations that were doing well, but these are the top locations in terms of conversion performance. For the regular display campaign, I felt like there could be some more targeting added. Let's go here, regular display. So right now we're using the custom affinity. I think there's some in market segments that could be used, and I would also use some custom intent audiences based on keywords that I've converted in the past. So what I would do is I would probably go through a few months worth of data, grab keywords that have converted, and create a custom intent audience and run those against my display campaign. I think that may work out pretty good for this type of campaign, just because there's so much data inside of the account. So just wanted to bring that up. I think that would be a good strategy to test out. Create different audience segments for the remarketing campaign. So if we go to the remarketing campaign, we can see that we're only targeting all converters. You can definitely target more segments on the website. So in this new segment, I would, for instance, make all converters a negative, and then I would target people who visit, more than one page. I would also target people. I would create several different segments: people who visit up to 5 pages, people who visit up to 10 pages. I would create an audience for people who spend 30 seconds on the website, people who spend up to 1 minute on the website. And I would create all of these different ad sets targeting those different audiences, and I would see which one would perform best. There's definitely going to be one that rises to the top in terms of performance. And once you see which one is outperforming the others, you can cancel the others and kind of run ads to the segment that is working really well. All of them might end up performing well, but that's something that you can look at. You can target people who visit specific genders on the website. There's a bunch of different segments that I would create and run remarketing ads to. Let's go in here. Okay, so one of the things I would create some dynamic remarketing ads, and what that does is if somebody goes to the website and they look at a specific product, that specific product is going to follow that user around the web. All right, for the designated cookie duration. Really powerful strategy. I definitely think it should be used inside of an account like this. Let's keep it going. I would also segment some of the products within the smart shopping campaigns. Now, within the smart shopping campaigns, you can't, change the budgets or change the bids. It's all done automatically, but you can come in here. You can segment this ad group out by these specific products, and then look at the data. Have a look at the data, and if there's something that's not performing well, you can exclude some of it. You can exclude specific products, and just work with products that are working well. And if the products that are not working, you can either create different images, different headlines, things like that to try to get it to convert. But I would definitely break that out and use the exclusion to further optimize the account. And then I will also test different bidding strategies. So here we go. Let's go back to all campaigns. Let me just quickly. Let me just quickly check something. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. Here we go. Let's open up conversion value. Cool. So I would definitely test bidding strategies such as here. Let's go on here. So this is focusing on max cost per view. Let me just quickly check. This is also max cost per view. Okay, this was target CPA. So yeah, I mean, I would go through and possibly test out not target CPA, but here we go. Let's see. I would test out target return on ad spend, and I would and the reason I would do that, let me just show you an example. I manage a lot more accounts than this. I have quite a few accounts that I would manage for clients. Here, let me just focus on one thing just so I can make sure this video isn't too long. Okay, so let's go here. So when you set your bidding strategy on your smart shopping campaigns, for example, to maximize conversion value, um, you can see the cost is around a little over $900. But you can see the return is pretty significant. I've created a custom column right here that shows the return on ad spend. Client is thrilled, with the performance of this account, but just wanted to point out that bidding strategy. I would definitely test it out inside of your account and see what type of results you can pull from it. I mean, your account isn't in a bad shape by no means. Um, I've taken a look at the cost per conversion column. Things look really well. I don't know what the goal is, but I would test it out just to see if you can squeeze out some more performance there in terms of cost and conversion value. But that's pretty much it. I took a look at quite a few things inside of this account. I don't want to make it too long and drawn out. Those were the things inside of the account that I thought could produce the greatest impact. Hopefully everything made sense. If you have questions at all, please let me know. Talk soon.